Like all premieres of this particular spin-off, much of the episode was devoted to recapping past drama. But for many fans, it might as well have been a preview of what's to come. They're voicing that they're sick and tired of the same drama ad nauseum, but there are a few exceptions. After the recaps, the premiere showed Kalani Faagata and Asuelu Pulaa in a familiar place. Oh, they were in a new house, one that they were touring as a possible new home. But in terms of their marriage, they were in the same place, on the rocks with no clear signs of improvement. Asuelu seemed to think that a lack of independence was the only problem. He voiced his desire for a new house, with no obvious way of paying for it. Asuelu blamed their problems on Kalani's parents and on Kalani when he should have been looking into the mirror. Deem and Michael Ilesanmi are one of the franchise's most infamous couples. On the premiere, Angela did at least have a new-to-TV storyline, her weight loss plans. But as a person, she had not changed, and that included how she was treating Michael. Angela of course has every right to do to her body what she sees fit, including weight loss surgery. Sights of Angela openly flirting with her surgeon during a consultation in the previews disgusted viewers. From a woman who yells and screams at Michael if he speaks with another woman, it was beyond hypocritical. Then there were Elizabeth Pothest, Andre Castravit, and the Pothest family. Much of their drama, for years, has centered upon Andre being a jerk and Libby's family responding poorly. That is exactly what went down on the premiere. This season's twist is that Andre is actually willing to work, a huge change in attitude. Of course, he was once again harboring fantasies of working for himself. In a scene that many believe was faked solely for the cameras, Andre asked Chuck for a $100,000 loan. Chuck turned him down and instead once again invited him to work for him, for the family company. For a change, Andre actually agreed, in the past having refused. But between the believed to be fake loan request and more of the same conflict, viewers were fatigued. Then came Mike Youngquist and Natalie Mortitseva. Their storyline was outrageous and upsetting on both sides during season 8. On the premiere, they seemed to be in a better place after 6 months of marriage. But fans already know that it's not going to last. It has been widely known for months that Natalie and Mike broke up after less than a year of marriage. While some are curious to see what finally ended things for them, others see this storyline as a waste of time. Fans once again saw Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina. This time, they were celebrating Brandon's new job in Vegas. But it was a trip, as their lives are still very much tied to Brandon's parents and their farm. The issue with Kalani is that no matter how much people like her family, Asuelu is another he refuses to grow up, exemplified by his volleyball priorities and jumping on the bed while house hunting. And frankly, some of Kalani's fans are frustrated to see her stick with a man-baby. It's disappointing. The issue with Angela is that, while she is very polarizing and has real fans, others are just sick of her. She is a bad person. There is no excuse for verbally and emotionally abusing Michael like she does. The problem with Libby and Andre is that, fans say, they've just been on TV too long. The whole Pothest family is in on helping them continue their reality career. The feelings behind their fights may be real, but a lot of what the family does seem to take place solely for the cameras. Mike and Natalie's relationship is over in real life, though the two have not explicitly confirmed this. Seeing their toxic marriage continue is already painful enough without knowing that it's not resolved. Is divorce for the best? Of course. But some fans don't want to watch the trainwreck unfold. Julia and Brandon were fan favorites, well, especially Julia, on season 8. However, Julia shed a lot of that goodwill at the tell-all when she revealed how ignorant and judgmental she was on some topics. It was disappointing. But fans are much less opposed to seeing this young, new couple find their way. Similarly, a lot of fans are looking forward to seeing Tiffany Franco and Ronald Smith. But they did not have a segment in the season premiere, except for showing up in the previews. Frankly, many viewers are divided over whether they are rooting for these two to work things out or divorce. One truly bright light in the minds of many viewers are Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufresne. Yara was, for many of us, a fan favorite all season, while some who misunderstood her only liked her later on. Jovi, despite some misbehavior during the season, also made a good showing of himself at the tell. Yara and Jovi are new. Brandon and Julia are new. Tiffany and Ronald aren't quite new, but they aren't overexposed yet in the way that some castmates are. Kalani and Asuelu, Angela and Michael, Natalie and Mike. These couples have been around the block. I have to be honest that I can see some fan arguments and not others. For example, previews show that Asuelu seems to side with Kalani over his family. I want to see that. And for Mike and Natalie, knowing that a marriage ends doesn't mean that I'm not curious to see how it falls apart. Every single season, for years, there are people calling out all or part of the premiere as boring, or stating dislike for the couples. That is the name of the game when you have a semi-new roster every season, and because of how storylines unfold. Let's see how it all plays out. In the meantime, we can always fast forward when Angela yells.